A pleasant morning, everyone. I welcome you all to the day one of the International Conference on Contemporary Researchers in Engineering, Science, Management and Arts, ICCRESMA 2026, created and powered by Center for Research and Training, National Foundation for Entrepreneurship Development, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu, India. As we begin this conference, let us invoke the blessings of the Almighty in this auspicious occasion for success and fulfillment in all our academic and professional endeavors. I now request the elite gathering to rise for the prayers.
நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்த கெழிதொழுகும் சீராறும் பதனமென திகழ்வரத கண்டமெனில் திக்களவும் அதிர்ச்சிறந்த திராவிடர்கள் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு திரை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனே தமிழனே உன் சீரிழமை திறம்பியந்த செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே.
As per the quote of Chairman NFED, the greatness of any research work is only through its wider applicability. In adherence to this proverb, NFED has been into efficacious journey for more than 20 years. It was established as a virtual organization in 2003 and registered as a full-fledged trust in 2013 with its headquarters at Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. It primarily aims in creating enterprising communities at large in schools, colleges, and universities through its training and development activities, faculty development programs on research and entrepreneurship development, workshops, national and international conferences, and seminars. In furtherance to serve the communities, NFED has instituted 2 units in 2015, namely the Center for Research and Training, a Growth Action Unit, and NFED Business Specificators Forum, a Strategic Action Unit. It is through this Center for Research and Training and NFED Business Specificators Forum, numerous programs have been instituted towards promulgating research publications, entrepreneurship development, career development, employability skills, women empowerment, etc. And NFED frequently engages in research and development activities by publishing research articles, conference proceedings, book chapters, and edited books on holistic research, which congregates the disciplines like engineering, science, technology, management, arts, and humanities. Through our publication unit, NFED Publications, our aim is not only to publish a quality-centric book with ISB, but also to provide a strong reference and splendid foundation for research emancipation towards holistic research, thereby attaining integrated knowledge development. And NFED Publications has completed 45 published works, which includes books, edited books, award compendiums, ready reckoners, and conference proceedings. Also, under the aegis of NFED, an international online multidisciplinary open access reference journal was constituted, the Technology Information Management Entrepreneurship Review, the Timer Journal. The key objective of this journal is to publish new vistas in research domain and to promulgate scientific advancements and innovations in terms of info engineering, info technology, techno innovation, techno management, techno sciences, and techno arts. The journal intends to congregate the diverse disciplines through appropriate, inventive, innovative research and development activities on interdisciplinary topics. The reality of conducting any research is to impart wisdom and growth in the society. Also, for overall social and socio-economic development and progression, knowledge sharing through congregation of research across disciplines becomes quite indispensable. And today's globalization has nurtured advancements in various fields, And there is a need to address upcoming trends in all the sectors towards green holistic development. And keeping these above-mentioned aspects in view, this international conference intends to focus on the paradigms of research innovations in disciplines of science, engineering, technology, entrepreneurship, management, arts, humanities, and other interdisciplinary contributions to have wider knowledge integration, and also to envisage future challenges through radical approach for betterment of mankind. This ICCRESMA 2026 gives importance by having eminent keynote speakers across the globe. Also, it comprises knowledgeable session chairs for the three tracks: SET, the Science, Engineering, and Technology track; MEI, the Managed Entrepreneurship and Innovation track; and AHU, the Arts and Humanities track. And this conference has been well received by the research community and academic fraternity, which has been proven through a variety of papers across various disciplines. We have received a total of 135 paper presentations and 80 abstract submissions from scholars, researchers, students, and entrepreneurs. I'm sure this 3-day international conference will provide you with a lot of research insights and knowledge exchanges. And I wish you all to gain the fullest benefits through scholarly deliberations. With this brief note, I would now like to introduce our conference convener, Professor Dr. V. Sunita. Dr. Sunita is Professor and Head Chairman of Board of Studies at the Department of Geology, Yogi Berma University, Kadapa, Andhra Pradesh, India. She is a geology scientist playing a leading role in the development of academic curriculum and research programs. Her research interest is on environmental hydrogeochemistry and has contributed significant work on characterization of groundwater, and risk assessment using geospatial and statistical tools in southern Andhra Pradesh. She has 2 UK design patents related to AI-based wastewater treatment device. She has more than 96 international national publications and contributions in book chapters to the credit, and has completed research projects funded by DST, UGC, and RUSC. Professor Sunita has received the Andhra Pradesh Scientist Award in 2020 for her contributions to the field of geology, Outstanding Educator and Scientist Award for her contribution to the field of geochemistry, with the GCS Thirdly Integrated National Awards by and in 2020. I now invite our conference convener, Professor Dr. Sunita, to deliver the welcome.
A very good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes.
Audible, visible? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Happy morning to all present here. On behalf of the Presidium of National Foundation for Entrepreneurship Development, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu, I heartily welcome our Honorable Conference Chair and Chief Patron, Karmavir Maharatna, Professor Dr. R. Ganesan, Founder and Chairman of NFED, Convener, Director and Patron, Dr. K. Ramya, Executive Chairman and Director of NFED, Conference co-conveners, Dr. Suvashree Suvadarshini, Associate Professor, English, Department of Basic Sciences and Humanities, Silicon University, Bhubaneswar, Odisha, India. Dr. Darshana Desai, Professor, Department of MCA, Indira College of Engineering and Management, Pune, Maharashtra, India, and Dr. G. Subbalakshmi, Assistant Professor and Head School of Law, Pondicherry University, Puducherry, India. I express my warm welcome to our honorable international keynote speakers of today, Dr. Patrick Osawaisi, Professor, Department of Public Administration, Faculty of Management Sciences, Ambrose Ali University, Ekpoma, Nigeria, and Dr. Sasilina Binti Kamaruddin, Senior Lecturer, Faculty of Management and Economics, University Pendidikan Sultan Idris Selangor, Malaysia. I extend my profound welcome to our today's honorable national keynote speakers, Dr. S.A. Senthilkumar, Professor and Registrar, National Institute of Technology, NIT Tiruchirappalli, Tamil Nadu, Dr. Bhuvana Venkatraman, Professor, Department of Commerce, School of Studies of Commerce and Management, Guru Ghasidas Vishwavidyalaya, Bilaspur, Chhattisgarh, Dr. Sonam Bansal, Associate Professor and Chairperson, Department of Education, Faculty of Social Science and Education, and Coordinator, IKS Indian Knowledge System, Gurugram University, Haryana, and Dr. Parvati Menon, Associate Professor, Department of History and Political Science, All Saints College, Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala. I also heartily welcome all the organizing secretaries, organizing committee members, distinguished session chair, paper presenters, and participants to this three-day international conference on contemporary researches in engineering, science, and management and arts. I once again cordially welcome you all and wish you a great success in your academic and professional endeavors. Thank you, Ganeshan sir and the team for inviting me as a conference convener. Thank you so much, sir, for giving this opportunity, and good day to you all.
Thank you, Professor Dr. Sunita. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor Sunita. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think you can take a screenshot of people whomsoever is present now, and then we can proceed further.
Okay, sir. So request the conference conveners, the keynote speakers to kindly switch on the video. So that I might take a screenshot.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Keynote speakers, whoever is available, kindly switch on your video.
Senthil Kumar sir is there?
Yes, Senthil Kumar sir is there.
Yeah.
Sonam, Dr. Sonam, yes. So Bhuvana. Kindly wait a moment. Yeah, the organizing committee members.
Sushmita is there.
Yes, Sushmita. This is Dr. Shailaja. No. Yeah. Yes, Dr. Shailaja.
Sonam is
Dr. Sonam.
Can you unmute that? So
Yes, sir.
yeah, you can show the photograph. We are taking a photograph.
Yes, just a moment.
Just 1 second. You can take a photograph. Sasrina, you can see here. Shailaja also.
Let me take with the other participants also. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
I now extend my hearty welcome to our Honorable Conference Chair and Chairman of NFED, Karmavir Maharatna, Professor Dr. R. Ganesan. Professor Ganesan earned his doctorate from the reputed IIT Delhi with a special focus on entrepreneurship development. He possesses more than 26 years of research experience in the field of entrepreneurship and management and has served in different academia from deemed universities to engineering colleges, arts and science colleges, B schools, and international universities. He has more than 85 research contributions to his credit, which are published in refereed and index journals, books, book chapters, monographs, and conferences.
His expertise includes entrepreneurship development, skill development training, management development, women empowerment, organizational behavior, human resource management, research and development, etc. He has edited and published more than 30 edited books, and he is serving as an editorial member and reviewer for numerous journals and possesses more than 23 years of editorial experience. He has edited more than 1,040 research articles and chapters to his credit, and he has organized and hosted more than 90 academic events and entrepreneurship development programs, which includes 3 national conferences, 8 international conferences, 4 international seminars, and 55 FTPs. He has delivered more than 295 national and international sessions on research and publications, design thinking, entrepreneurship development, digital marketing, education development, etc., and has inaugurated many entrepreneurship development cells across the nation. He has been bestowed with 1 state, 5 national, and 6 international awards and recognitions, including the conferred titles Karmavir Puraskar, Karmavir Jyoti, Order of Eminence, and Karmavir Maharatna. He is the founder, chairman, and presidium chair of National Foundation for Entrepreneurship Development, founder and chief executive officer of Technovate Educational and Consulting Services, Coimbatore. He is the founder and editor-in-chief of the Timer Journal under the aegis of NFED since 2023. He is also the chief mentor and chair of NFED Business Facilitators Forum, Center for Research Training, and NFED Publications. He is also serving as honorary advisor in the reputed LTT Global Communications Private Limited, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, since February 2025. I now invite our Honorable Conference Chair, Karmavir Maharatna, Professor Dr. R. Ganesan, to deliver the inaugural address.
Thank you. Thank you for the introduction. Good morning to all, and to all the key office bearers of this conference and keynote speakers at national and international levels for the 3-day this ICCRESMA 2026, and all the organizing committee members, organizing secretaries, supporters, and dear participants, and all the presenters for this today's session. Wish you all success in your research endeavors, first of all. Coming to this conference, this is international conference on contemporary researches in engineering, science, management, and arts is basically coined to integrate the disciplines. It's one of the holistic approach for garnering all the research happenings around the world, whichever possible, to have a interaction through the research contributions and through a form of a keynote, what they wanted to disseminate to the knowledge communities, particularly the young student communities, and grooming the research skills. For all this purpose, only NFED has instituted this sort of integrated conference. Even I can say this ICCRESMA as its inception since 2020, before a pandemic, and we have been conducting for a very long time. And this once is a biennial conference. Once in 2 years, we have this ICCRESMA, and we have another conference called ICRIC, International Conference on Research Innovation Challenges. So this is this once in 2 years. This is the 4th biennial conference, according to me, for the ICCRESMA 2026, and it is our 9th international conference that is also there. So what's important is the theme. We have kept a theme like contemporary research contributions towards holistic global researching, because we cannot totally ignore a part of a section of this world, what's happening there, and it's not having any impact. We cannot say today. After the more precisely after the post-pandemic, I think everybody is becoming interdependent one way or the other, and the intention of the research also has been totally changed in today's modern era, I can say. That's why we say contemporary. It's a modern era what we are in, and there are so many interventions in our day-to-day life, like add the AI component, and which is becoming a dependent factor in our day-to-day life. These are all the things which has been I can say post-pandemic interventions which is going on. Of course, we have been conducting this conference for the fourth time in the banner of ICCRESMA 2026. But the question is that this has been uh, aggressively increasing in the recent times, I can say, unlike the previous times. So that is one of the intent of this conference, to know what's going on around the world, because people, I can say particularly the young communities, have been more focused towards their educational curriculum. But on beyond the educational curriculum, the research curriculum is to be infused. Otherwise, the innovation principle is getting a jerk. So to uphold the innovation principle or innovation motto, these kind of research conferences have been planned, especially in National Foundation for Entrepreneurship, towards global restructuring, towards holistic global restructuring. What is happening across the world? How we can equip with the knowledge, whichever is possible, due to all the interactions today, due to the valuable keynotes going to happen in another couple of minutes. So all those things will take you to a different level. Like you can also get a resurgence on your thought process, what you are having previously. After in this conference, maybe you will come to know there are so many other facets of the research innovations, which is more important, where you can concentrate more. The other side is the presenter side. Like we got a lot of abstract. Like Madam has said that 135 presentations we are having, and of course 80 abstracts on different disciplines in science, engineering, technology, as well as management, entrepreneurship, innovation, and arts and humanities. There are different disciplines have been garnered. We have 3 tracks. A lot of paper abstracts have been received, and we are going to publish 80 paper abstracts, and there are 135 presentations across. So that means there will be a lot of knowledge sharing, and the academic exchanges which will happen. Even people who are in different disciplines will be sitting in a meeting room and know what's presented, what sort of a research is going on technological side, on scientific side, on the management side, on the entrepreneurship or innovation side, and on the arts and humanities side. These are all connected. You can ask me the question that how these are all connected. Say, a scientific innovation or a technological innovation have to be managed by a management centric techno management team. That's how it usually happens. And finally, it has to take place in the field most of the times. And that needs a sort of a swift transfer by, you have to one has to have this arts and humanistic skills to know how to transfer, how to do the technology transfer to the ground. These are all the aspects which are very, very important in today's scenario. That is why these conferences totally get us integrated. It's not only that only one focusing only on sciences or technological challenges. We don't want to do like that. We want to take every discipline seriously. And there are so many disciplines, I can say at least 30 disciplines have been participating one way or the other, including the interdisciplinary or multidisciplinary areas which are into this conference. And at least I can say 40 plus streams have been going to present in the upcoming uh, 2 days, you can say, including the today's intervention. There are the 3 days. Totally, there will be around 45 streams across 3 major tracks are going to present their deliberations, academic deliberations or research deliberations, which we are going to have that sort of interaction. So that makes this need for this integrated conference to emancipate the knowledge. That's very, very important. Knowledge is for knowledge sake. How you are going to increase your knowledge is to emancipate it by you can say ruffling your knowledge, IQ, ruffling your sequence of what sort of things are going on, how to value add your own research activities, or how to value add the knowledge, what is happening. These things will be of prime focus on this conference, and I hope the deliberations by the keynote speakers will give a kick-off for everybody to move on, and session chairs who are going to moderate the paper presentations will be having a lot of uh, hope to moderate the session in such a way that putting the questions so that answers might give a information or might give a sparklight to other people who are interested to do the research, like participants who are in the conference or who are already researchers who are in this conference room. We'll be having a new thought process, new dimension, a new feature to be added. All those things will happen probably in this from today onwards till Saturday with all the deliberations. I hope the conference will go on as per the will of NFED and without any change on the time. We can see the time management is also very perfect. With all the time, we always keep on time, and hopefully the conference team will manage the conference for the upcoming 2 days also. And thanks to all the conference conveners and associate conveners and of this conference and all the people once again for supporting this conference. I suggest all the presenters to adhere to the time and also keynote speakers to adhere to the time and to make it a grand success. And this conference will be a pinnacle which you going to achieve. It will be the radar for your research pinnacles to achieve in the near future. And I wish you all success. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Professor, for your thought-provoking address. Thank you. I now express my warm welcome to our distinguished keynote speaker, Dr. S.A. Senthilkumar. Dr. Senthilkumar is presently serving as Registrar, the National Institute of Technology, Tiruchirappalli, Tamil Nadu. Prior to that, he served as Center Head of Pondicherry University Karaikal Campus, Professor and Head of the Department of Management, School of Management, Pondicherry University. He has over 25 years of teaching experience. He is a postdoctoral fellow from the University of Massachusetts, USA. His areas of interest are healthcare management, health insurance, and human resource management. He has received the Best Teacher Award consecutively for 6 years from Pondicherry University between 2011 and 2016. He is also the recipient of Distinguished Educator and Scholar Award from NFED in 2018. I now invite our distinguished speaker, Dr. S.A. Senthilkumar, to deliver the keynote address.
Thank you, ma'am. The most respected conference chair, respected conference convener, director, distinguished academicians, researchers, industry experts, and my dear participants. Good morning to one and all. At the outset, I express my deep gratitude to Karmavir Maharatna, Professor Dr. R. Ganesan, Conference Chair and Chief Patron, and the entire organizing team for giving me this wonderful opportunity to deliver the keynote address at this prestigious international conference on contemporary research in engineering, science, management, and arts. It is indeed a privilege to be amidst such an enlightening gathering committed to pursuit of knowledge and social progress. Today, I wish to speak on the theme that is no longer optional, no longer futuristic, and no longer confined to academic disclosure. Yes, it is sustainability. Sustainability has become the defining concern for our times, shaping the future of economics, ecosystem, and human existence itself. As Mahatma Gandhi wisely reminded us, the future depends on what we do in the present. These words resonate differently today when our present choice will determine whether future generation inherit a vision and adverse. We are living in the era marked by extraordinary technological advancement, rapid industrialization, and digital transformation. Yet, alongside this progress, we witness climate change, depletion of natural resources, environmental degradation, and widening social inequalities. This products growth without balance forces us to critically re examine our development model. True progress cannot be measured solely by economic indicators alone. It must also be assessed by environmental stewardship, social equity, human well being. The United Nations Sustainable Development Goals offer a comprehensive integrated framework, remind us that economic growth, social justice, and environmental protection are not competing priorities, but it is interconnected imperatives. In this context, the role of research and higher education become pivotal. Our universities, laboratories, research institutions move beyond soils to work courageously across disciplines to generate solutions that are both visionary and visible. Now, our themes, engineering and science, stay at forefront of this transformation. Innovations in renewable energy, green hydrogen, electronic mobility, smart grids, sustainable materials, green building, or redefining how we design infrastructure in the age of Industry 4.0. Scientific research in climate studies, environmental monitoring, biotechnology, and nanotechnology is enabling breakthroughs in water purification, sustainable agriculture, bio-based alternative to plastics, and energy efficient technologies. Equally important is the role of management and economic system in the translating innovation into impact. Sustainability has moved from margin of corporate strategy to its very core. The concepts such as sustainable supply chain, circular economy, responsible finance, and ESG are no longer optional as on it is essential drive long-term resilience and competitiveness. Research clearly shows that organizations integrating sustainability into their strategic vision not only to survive disturbance but thrive into long run. The strategic wisdom reasonable in ancient insight of Chanakya, who observed before you start any work, always ask yourself the three questions: why I am doing it, what are the result might be, and will I be successful? The sustainability demands precisely in the depth of foresight in decision making. However, sustainability is not solely technological and managerial changes, it is fundamentally a human and cultural one. It is where arts and humanities assume profound significance. They shape value, ethics, empathy, and collective consciousness. Through literature, philosophy, design, media, and cultural expressions, the art inspires behavioral change and natural responsibility. For sustainability to move from intention to impact, interdisciplinary collaboration is indispensable. Engineering, science, managers, arts, social science must work together, recognizing the complex global challenges demanding integrated solutions. In this regard, it is heartening to note that the 13th meeting of Council of National Institute of Technology, Science Education and Research NITSER meeting held on 13th January 2026 in New Delhi under the leadership of the Honorable Union Minister Sri Dharmendra Pradhanji. They emphasize industry-centric, product-based PhD and 360-degree doctoral reforms. This vision aligns seamlessly with sustainability agenda, research that is relevant, translational, and socially impactful. As researchers and scholars, we must therefore anchor our work around these core principles. There are three core principles: integration of sustainability goal into the research design, innovation that is practical and inclusive, and impact extended beyond beyond the publications. So we should not stop with the publication itself. That should be converted into product or service that should be benefit to the social society. This journey demands persists courage, clarity to the purpose. As Swami Vivekananda powerful call said, arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. Service as an enduring inspiration for every academic, researcher striving for meaningful contribution. In conclusion, sustainability is not a destination but a continuous journey, a journey that calls for innovation with responsibility, growth with equity, and progress with compassion. The challenges before us are complex, but collective interact gathered here gives me immense confidence that we can transform these challenges into opportunities for inclusive growth and global well-being. As Dr. B.R. Ambedkar rightly said, civilization of mind should be ultimate aim of human existence. Let this conference be step towards cultivating minds, think critically, act ethically, and innovate responsibly. Once again, I thank NFED, the organizing team, for this noble initiative, and wish these deliberations over the next 3 days be insightful, impactful, and transformative. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Senthil Kumar, for a very insightful address on sustainability, inclusive growth. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
I now express my hearty welcome to our honorable keynote speaker, Dr. Patrick Oviazui. Professor Patrick serves in the Department of Public Administration, Faculty of Management Sciences, Ambrose Ali University at Poma, Nigeria. He has served in various capacities, including the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Director of Academic Planning of his university, and has to his credit 128 publications, including books, chapters in edited books, articles in referred national, international, and regional journals, and has participated in over 28 conferences, workshops, and seminars across the globe. He is very actively involved in community service and has served in various capacities in academic and non-academic institutions. I now invite our honorable speaker, Professor Patrick, to deliver the keynote address.
Thank you very much. Good morning, distinguished members of the conference, most especially Professor Dr. Ganesh. Thank you so much for finding me worthy to be part of this year's conference.
You are always in all the years.
You are hearing me? Yes. So thank you so much. I like to stand on the already established protocol for the sake of time. Thank you. So I've decided to look at the local government in my country, which has become a major problem to us. Now, the title of my work is Community-Based Association as a Potent Instrument for Local Government Administration in Nigeria. Okay. Nigeria is a very big country with over 200 million citizens, and is the most populous Black nation on earth. We have 3 levels of government in the administration of the country. We have the federal, who is at the central level that coordinates all the activities of the country. We have the states, 36 of them. If we include the federal capital, it will be 37. And then we have the local governments, which is the closest level to the people. And that's where my emphasis will be laid on. There are 774 local governments in Nigeria. And elections into these local governments are conducted every 3 years. Every 3 years, we elect people to run our local government's affairs. Okay? At the end of the 3 years, of course, we have another election. But unfortunately, we have seen over the years that the people we elect into the local government may not even have anything or any good idea or experience on the running and management of the local government level of governance. The most annoying thing is that we find people who are not even resident in that local government being elected from elsewhere to come and run the local government. And as a result of that, the yearnings and aspirations of the people of the local government in most cases are not met. Most annoyingly, again, we discover that most of the local government administrators or leaders do not even live in that local government. And because they don't live in that local government, they are not able to know exactly what the people of that local government are yearning for. Therefore, at the end of their 3 years, we discover that they have not achieved anything. And we are not happy with this. We are not comfortable with that. Myself and my research team, we have been writing a lot in this area to make sure that we make the local government leaders responsible to the yearnings and aspirations of the people. So we came up with a new approach of working with the community people, the people we call community-based associations. So these days, we are talking of the local government officials and the community-based associations working pari passu to bring good governance and transformation and development to the local government. So the community-based association, who are they? They are people who are very significant, people of significant importance in that local government. They are usually people who have worked, who have acquired very high level of education. They have worked in their various places to the highest level and all that. And they are now retired, either retired or not retired, but they are very close to the community. So they are significant persons. And we thought they should be part of the local government system. Laws should be promulgated to include them into the running of the local government so that the local government will be able to really meet the yearnings and aspirations of the people and therefore bring about development of the local government. So the community-based association, they are experienced people, they live in that community, they are part and parcel of the community, and they know everything about that community, and therefore will be able to help the local government officials who may not be resident in that community, may not even know much about that community. But with these CBAs, they will be able to get good knowledge and know exactly what they need to do. So that at the end of the day, we will be very happy that the local government is meeting the needs of our people. So what areas of cooperation are we thinking of? We identify four major areas where they can collaborate. Number one is resource reporting. Resource reporting. Every month, the local government gets allocation from the federation accounts. And on daily basis, they generate what we call the internally generated revenue. So at the end of the month, everybody in that local government should know the total amount that was received from the federation account, the total amount that was generated internally. Okay, if we know the total amount that was generated, of course, we know the direction that the local government is going. That's the first point, resource reporting. So whatever resource they have, they should report it through the community-based association to the entire local government so that everybody will know what is happening in that local government. That's the first point, resource reporting. The next one is resource utilization. Resource utilization. Now they have already told us how much they got throughout the month. They should be able to tell us how they are going to utilize it. Okay? The money for salary, the current expenditure, they will tell us how much it is. The other areas of expenditure, they should be able to tell us so that at the end of the month, we know the total amount we got, we know the total amount we are spending. If there is any balance, of course, we begin to build up capital, cash, money that will be used for more urgent issue that may arise in the process of the administration. So these two areas are very, very, very important. There must be resource reporting and then resource utilization. Then the next one will be transparency. Transparency. Of course, they must be very, very transparent in everything they are doing. And if we have that kind of situation, leadership will become interesting. The needs and aspirations of the people will be met, and the community and the people of the local government will be happy with themselves because our leaders are transparent. And there are many advantages of being transparent. Number one, if you don't tell the people how much you have received and how you have utilized it, the people will have a negative impression of how much you got and how you have utilized it. And that's why we keep talking about leaders they are stealing, they are bad leaders and all that, because the people are not aware of how much they are getting and how they are utilizing it. So transparency will bring happiness to the people and will bring harmony between the local government officials, the community-based associations, and the inhabitants of the various communities that constitute the local government. Then the fourth one is accountability. Very, very important. We expect that after going through these the three items I just mentioned: resource reporting, resource utilization, transparency. Of course, we'll be talking about accountability. So if the three I mentioned above, when they are well carried out, of course, we will know that the local government officials, the leaders are accountable. We also know that our representative, the community-based association members, are also accountable, and that will lead to the monumental transformation, development, and happiness of the various communities that constitute the local governments. So at the end of the 3 years of a particular local government tenure, we will see that there will be development and everyone will be happy. And that will become a reference point for future leaders in that very local government, where it's what we are fighting towards. We have taken the matter to my state House of Assembly, and the matter is being discussed, and with more lectures and more involvement of the people like this, I'm sure in the next few years we'll be able to cover the entire country, and the community development will become a thing of joy to every one of us. Thank you very much. Once again, I want to appreciate all the organizers for finding me worthy to be part of this year's conference. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.
You were always worthy. So that's why you were there for a long time with us,
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Professor Patrick. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
I now extend my hearty welcome and introduce our distinguished keynote speaker, Dr. Bhuvana Venkatraman. Dr. Bhuvana has an academic and professional career spanning over 15 years in the fields of finance and marketing. She was former head of the Department of Commerce and currently serving as professor in the Department of Commerce at Guru Ghasidas Viswavidyalaya, Bilaspur, Chhattisgarh. She was honored with Senior Educator and Scholar Award in 2021 by NFED, Best Paper Awards in 2020 and 2021, and the Sashat Nari Aman Award for her works. She has presented papers at over 40 national and international conferences and published her works in renowned journals covering a diverse area of subjects like aviation, banking, and e-commerce. Her other active roles include Internal Audit Officer at the University, Chief Presiding Officer for Students' Union Council elections, and has successfully completed UGC and ICCRESMA-sponsored research projects and supervises research scholars. She is also an active member of several advisory boards and professional bodies. I now invite our distinguished speaker, Dr. Bhuvana Venkatraman, to deliver the keynote address.
Thank you, ma'am. Am I audible to you?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Thank you. I have a very bad sore throat. So I hope I will not disturb the participants by talking much. First of all, the chief patron, the conference chair, Professor Ganesan, conference convener, Dr. Sunita, the patron of the conference, director, Dr. Ramya Kandavel, keynote speakers, session chairs from different universities, distinguished academicians, industry experts, and dear participants, a very good morning to all of you. It's indeed a great privilege and an honor to address this esteemed gathering as a keynote speaker on the topic, Sustainable Business Practices in the Circular Economy with respect to the manufacturing and the retail industry. The use and throw approach, this has been the linear paradigm that has dominated the world since for economy since decades. Plastic in water, overflowing landfills, climate change, and the rapid loss of natural resources, these are the signs of this outcome. The circular economy provides a potent remedy in this situation. It is an economic system designed to reduce waste extend the life of products, make better use of resources. Instead of viewing waste as a end product, the circular economy treats waste as a valuable input that can be reused, recycled, or regenerated. This approach aligns economic growth with environmental protection and social well-being. The 3 Rs, that is the reuse, reduce, and recycle, they are the foundation pillars of a circular economy, and the retail industry is in a unique position to spearhead this change because it directly links producers and customers to see how this is used globally. And I'll come up with a few real life instances to highlight this point. Actually, the retailers play a very crucial role as they are directly influential. They influence the consumer's behavior. Sustainable retail practices include responsible sourcing, reduced packaging, eco-labeling, take-back programs, and promotion of refurbished or recycled products. One example I would like to bring in among you is the IKEA, the global furniture retailer. He has introduced a buyback and resell program in many of the countries, where the customers can return their used furniture in exchange for store credit. The returned items are then refurbished and resold. This not only reduces waste but also encourages customers to view furniture as a long-term asset rather than disposable items. And similarly, in the fashion industry, Patagonia, it has become a global leader in circular retail practices. Through its own wear initiative, Patagonia plays they buy the old clothes for customers, resell used garments, and even encourages people to buy less. Their message is simply very powerful. Don't buy what you do not want to, what you do not need. This is a strong example of how business success and environmental responsibility can go hand in hand. Sorry. And regarding the, one more example in that line is H&M, which has launched a garment collection programs that allows customers to return used clothing for recycling or reuse. This initiative also helps reduce textile waste and promote circular fashion practices. So in the Indian context also, we see encouraging developments like from brands like Tata's, Westside, Fab India. They're all increasingly promoting sustainable fabrics, handloom products, natural dyes, and ethical sourcing. Fab India in particular supports rural artisans and promotes slow fashion, which aligns closely with the circular economy principles. And next thing I would say is the packaging, which is another area where circular practices are becoming quite visible. The ITG uses the three-pronged strategy for sustainable packaging, that is either usage of better plastic, which is 100% reusable and biodegradable plastic, or reduce the usage, or rather switch to no plastic policy. So Starbucks, again, which promotes reusable cups by offering discounts to customers who bring their own numbers, they bring their own mugs, coffee mugs or tumblers. While this may seem small, but such an initiative influences millions of customers globally and gradually shift behavior towards sustainability. The rise of e-commerce platforms also reflects circular retail in action. Platforms such as Amazon, Renewed, Cashify for electronics, and thrift platforms like Meesho resale stores and online thrift communities promote refurbished phones, second-hand clothing, and reused products. These platforms are changing the mindset that new is always better. We can eventually see most of us have started purchasing in Meesho also. So apart from that, there is a technology. Technology is further strengthening circular practices. Retailers now use the AI-driven inventory management, which is very, very useful these days to reduce their overstocking and waste, especially in grocery retail. For example, large supermarket chains use demand forecasting tools to reduce food waste, and some even sell imperfect fruits and vegetables at discounted prices instead of discarding them. So along with this, the recent academic research also indicates organizations combining digital technologies with circular business models achieve better environmental performance and long-term competitiveness. So, apart from that, let me now turn the role of manufacturing sector in circular economy. Manufacturing is one of the most resource-intensive sectors and contributes significantly to environmental degradation. Sustainable manufacturing within a circular economy framework focuses on eco-design, efficient use of raw materials, energy optimization, and product lifecycle management. Manufacturers are increasingly adopting practices such as designing products that can be repaired or remanufactured using recycled materials and implementing reverse logistics systems. A well-known example I would like to quote here is Unilever, which has taken a very significant step towards circular manufacturing. The company has reduced its dependence on virgin plastic, increased recyclable packaging, and adopted renewable energy in its manufacturing units. These initiatives not only reduce environmental impact, but also lower long-term operational costs and enhance brand reputation. Another example in the manufacturing sector I would like to bring to your notice is the Siemens, which integrates circular design principles into its manufacturing processes. Siemens focuses on extending product life cycles through remanufacturing and reuse, demonstrating that sustainability and profitability can go hand in hand. What makes these examples powerful is that they are not just good for the planet, but also they make business some sense. It makes some sense to the business. Customers today, especially young consumers rather, prefer brands that demonstrate environmental and social responsibility. Sustainability is no longer a marketing trend, it has become a competitive advantage. So it has become this advantage. Now, as academicians, researchers, and students, we are all gathered here today. We have to play a very crucial role in shaping this future. Through our researchers, awareness, innovation, and responsible leadership, we can definitely contribute towards making circular economy not just a business strategy, but as a social norm. So, to conclude, sustainability, as the first keynote speaker said, is no longer an optional, is no longer an option. The future of retail and manufacturing sectors belongs to the businesses that can balance profit, people, and planet. This should be our mantra. With this concluding remark, I extend my special thanks to Professor Ganesan for connecting me today with all of you here. Thank you so much. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you.
Thanks for your keynote, despite of your bad throat. Excellent. Thank you.
It's okay, sir. Thanks for bearing with me. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the very informative session on circular economy. Thank you so much. I now express my warm welcome to our distinguished keynote speaker, Dr. Sonam Bansal. Dr. Sonam is currently serving as the Associate Professor and Chairperson of the Department of Education, Gurugram.
Excuse me, actually, light is not there. My time is on 10:15. Can you please call somebody else? I will speak after this.
Okay, as per the itinerary order, you're the next. Okay, okay, ma'am, no issues.
You can call Saslina to complete.
Yes. Dr. Saslina, are you available right now?
Yes. Replying to my husband. Give me a minute. Suddenly, I'm not prepared to be, jump in. Hello.
Okay.
All right. Hi, everyone.
Just a minute. Wait. Go ahead. Introduce Saslina to the gathering, please.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Okay. Just a moment. So I now have the immense pleasure in welcoming our honorable keynote speaker, Dr. Saslina Biniti Kamruddin, and introduce to this elite gathering. Dr. Saslina is a senior lecturer at the Faculty of Management and Economics, University Pendidikan, Sultan Idris, Malaysia. Currently, she teaches business law, company law, and securities law to undergraduate and postgraduate students. She also supervises postgraduate students in data privacy and security within the sphere of artificial intelligence technology. Her areas of interest are anti-money laundering, terrorism prevent laws, and information technology law, focusing on AI-enabled services and their legal implications. Also, she serves as a regular reviewer for few Scopus International Law Journals and an editorial board member of the Journal of Social, Humanity and Education. She was also entrusted with devising a policy for ISO 37001 on the bribery management system for the university. She recently published a book on business and hospitality law in Malaysia and regularly publishes in local and international journals. I now invite our honorable speaker, Dr. Saslina, to deliver the keynote address.
Thank you very much, Ms. Moderator. Hi. Assalamualaikum. A very good morning. Good afternoon here in Malaysia, morning in India. Right? We are 2.5 hours apart. Okay. Right. Thank you very much, Prof. Dennison, for the invitation to deliver the keynote sessions today. Right. I'm truly honored to be part of the event today at ICCRESMA. Right. Okay. The topic of my presentation today will be something that we are all engaging in our everyday life. Right. Which is governing the machines, ethical and policy implications of generative AI. So I'm giving a little bit on Malaysian perspective, so we know how basically AI has actually evolved in terms of the development of AI, right? So talking about the AI, like I said earlier, right? As of early 2026, we have seen we are no longer asking AI, put some text into it and asking for output. AI has gone beyond that. So we are no longer in a phase of curiosity, right? We are now looking at generative AI. In particular, I'm mentioning the LLM models as part of the structural integration and impact. So nowadays, most of the organization are basically moving from the general purpose towards the discipline and domain specific application to deliver the ROIs of their specific targets, right? So nowadays we can see the rise of agentic AI. So what are the agentic AI? They are looking at the development of chatbots into the AI agents, right? They are no longer only responding to your prompts, right? What agentic AI can do, they basically can reason, they can plan, they can execute multiple steps, tasks autonomously. That is a very important developments of the AI, right? So now we have got part of the agentic AI, we have got digital colleagues, right? They are being integrated as your teammates that handles your complex workflows like booking business travels, managing procurement, and also they are looking in the patient symptoms in healthcare. They also have a development called inter-agent communication, right? They are beginning to talk from one system to another's and so on, right? So like I said, we have got AI for lawyers, right? Enterprise economics, small language models like P or Mistrals, right? They are cheaper to run, faster and easier to keep secure on the site. So what are the issues, right? So nowadays we are looking at the issues that can trigger, like I said, governing the machines, legal, ethical, and policy implications of AI. We are looking into like I said, what are we looking into? We are looking into what are the issues connected with this AI, right? We have seen that whenever coming from a legal background, we have always said that AI technology will always keep developing and the law will always left behind. So how the law are catching up with this technological development is just very, very hard, especially when it comes to AI and generative AI. So what is the issues? The issues comes from, like I said, law is basically most of the law, even in India, in Malaysia, they are made for real world, physical world. So it is very hard for us to catch the perpetrators online. So recently in Malaysia, we have one issue whereby the Grok AI. So anyone who are very familiar with this Grok AI, it has been generated pornographic materials, right? They have been face swappings of the female pornographic materials. So because of that, the Grok AI has been banned in Malaysia, right? So talking about the risks that are associated with AI, first risk that we have to actually well versed with is hallucinations. We know that nowadays if we give prompt, you simply rely on AI, especially the student's assignment or even on a legal advisors and so on. AI could tend to hallucinate. They will give you information which is non-existent, cases which is non-existent, article journals which is not in existence. The second one is, of course, bias. We know that AI relies on data. So the data the training data that has been put into the model or the LLM, large language processing models, is actually data coming from humans. We know humans, we have got sort of bias within us. So that human biasness are being transformed into the AI perspective or AI models itself. Thus, it will generate output such as bias and so on. And the third one, the most pressing risk from last year, I think since the invention of AI is of course the rise of deep fakes. What is it? Deep fakes, it can be your images, fake news, they can change your personality, they can change your voices. There's a lot of number of numerous cases has been reported in worldwide, not only in Malaysia. Malaysia has got a number of cases, but still it becomes unresolved because of the sovereignty, and then we have got of jurisdictional issues and so on, right? So we can see that there is the losses that in Malaysia only it has been reported almost 1.58 billion, right, in 2024 alone. So basically, with the rise of technology, people are not aware of their rights, and then people are not aware of what are the crimes that can be, comes from this AI generated. So what are the key legal and ethical concerns? Like I said, legal and ethical concerns is, of course, like I said earlier, the rise of deepfake materials, right? What are the deepfake material? We are talking about, like I said, it can be privacy issues, and then it can be data protection issues. It can be these deepfake images, which could give rise to cybercrime, right? Fake identities, and also we have intellectual property law, right? So when we talk about the rise of this intellectual property law, like I said, it has uh, with, with with regards to intellectual property law. So what's happening? Current law, even in India and Malaysia, we do not recognize anything generated by AI. So AI does not have authorship. You cannot write a ChatGPT paper and then put ChatGPT and you as the author. No, we only recognize human authorship, right? So this is among the issues that we have, right? So in Malaysia, like I said, the development or the regulatory changes, we have got a national AI office, we have got few laws coming into the uh, coming into force by this year, right? Few law has to be tabled in the parliament. So looking at the global benchmark, right? So a lot of things has to be done. So I believe that with regards to AI, we have to call for multidisciplinary approach, whereby not only lawyers, but the technologies, entrepreneurship, all over people from all over level have to come forwards and look seriously into the development of AI. I get it. I think last year or last 2 years, this guy Elon Musk, he is the owner of the Grok AI, which I have mentioned earlier. He have actually stated that we are so scared on the development of AI. Please pause your development and look into the legal and regulatory perspective because of the issues attached to the AI development. So here we are calling for all the multidisciplinary approach to look into this issue seriously. With that, thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Saslina. It was very
Thank you.
informative about this AI-enabled legal services. Very informative session. Thank you so much. Dr. Sonam, are you available right now? Dr. Sonam Bansal.
If not, you go with the other
Yes,
person.
I'm
Yes.
available.
Yes, you're available. Okay.
You're available. Okay. Yes. So I now express my warm welcome to our distinguished keynote speaker, Dr. Sonam Bansal. Dr. Sonam is currently serving as Associate Professor and Chairperson at the Department of Education, Gurugram University, Haryana, and Coordinator of the Indian Knowledge System. She specializes in AI-enabled pedagogy, digital assessment, and inclusive learning design. She has developed multiple MOOCs taken by over 3,000 participants globally, and has delivered 60 plus invited talks, published 35 plus papers, along with 4 patents and 3 books. She received a UNESCO OE4 BW Fellowship in 2022 and NFED's Distinguished Fellow recognition for the year 2025 to 27. Her current work operationalizes Education 4.0 through adaptive learning, techno-pedagogic models, and outcome-aligned assessment to advance quality and equity in higher education. I now invite our distinguished speaker, Dr. Sonam Bansal, to deliver the keynote address.
Thank you very much for inviting me. I think I'm audible.
Yes, ma'am, you are.
Yeah, thank you very much. So, very good morning to all the respected dignitaries, eminent scholars, distinguished researchers, educators, and all the dear participants. At the very outset, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the organizers of this prestigious international conference, the Center for Research and Training and National Foundation for Entrepreneurship Development, Coimbatore, for giving me this valuable opportunity to deliver my keynote address. So, I'm particularly thankful to the conference chair and chief patron, Professor Dr. R. Ganeshan, and the entire organizing committee of ICCRESMA 2026 for conceptualizing and hosting this intellectually stimulating platform that brings together engineering, science, management, and arts under a common vision of holistic global restructuring. I feel truly honored to be the part of this associated team with the conference and to share my reflections on the theme of my keynote address, that is Education 4.0 and AI, advancing critical thinking, innovative pedagogy, and neurodiversity. So let us start with the question I believe sits at the heart of contemporary education. Are we genuinely preparing learners for the future, or are we still educating them for a world that no longer exists? For decades, our education system rewarded memorization over meaning, or compliance over curiosity, or you can say that uniformity over uniqueness. So students were trained to give correct answers, not to ask powerful questions. But the world today is no longer predictable. It is complex, uncertain, digital, and deeply interconnected. And the students are motivated towards self-determined learning, not as a rote memorization skill, right? So in such a world, success depends not only on how much one remembers, but on how critically one thinks, how creatively one solves their problems, and how sensitively one engages with diversity to include all the people at, by enhancing their strengths and opportunities. So this shift makes the emergence of Education 4.0 a paradigm where artificial intelligence, human creativity, ethical reasoning, and neurodiversity comes together to shape learning, to shape the future of learners. So today, I invite you to reflect on our central idea. AI does not have to dehumanize education. Yes, and AI can't be replaced the teachers at all. But when guided by pedagogy, values, and ethics, AI can profoundly humanize it. Because humans are the backbone to train the AI, to train the robots and everything. So from education 1.0 to education 5.0, in fact, I'm saying that, not 4.0, another shift, understanding the paradigm shift, basically, how we can do that. Here, if I'm talking about education 1.0, that was emphasized that the teacher as a sole authority with rote learning at its core. If I'm talking about education 2.0, that is focused on mass education to serve industrial and bureaucratic systems, basically. And if I'm talking about education 3.0, that is introduced digital tools, online platforms, MOOC courses, and learning engagement system where the learners are, passively learning the things by changing the functional change of from traditional to modern way of teaching, you can say that. However, education 5.0 and in fact education 5.0 is fundamentally different, that are working on heutagogy to self-reflection of the learners and self-determination, how they are critically, work on different platforms by creating their own content in an innovative way. So it is not merely about technology, it is about reimagining the word in a different way, reimagining learner by themselves itself. So so the question is no longer what content should we deliver. Now the question is, instead the question is, and we need to ask, how does each learner construct knowledge? How do emotions, cognition, culture, and the context shape our learning in a better way? So this is where artificial intelligence becomes transformative, not as a replacement for teachers, as already told, but as a powerful pedagogical partner that helps us understanding learner diversity, design flexible learning pathways to teach learners by using so many, digital pedagogical tools and apps so as to enhance their critical thinking in an effective way and to support reflective and self-regulated learning. Next point is, if we're talking about AI, what AI does in our teaching basically. So AI acts as a catalyst for critical thinking, right? Now again, I am asking you a question, will AI reduce our thinking? So my response is unequivocal, basically, technology does not determine thinking, but pedagogy does. How? If pedagogy is weak, even the best technology will fail. Yes. So you have to innovate effective pedagogy by using digital pedagogy skills. If pedagogy is strong, AI can dramatically elevate your thinking. So let us take an example from recalling to reasoning. Traditionally, if we are talking about the assessment, the question asked, simply we can ask a question, explain Bloom taxonomy with the help of an example, right? If I'm giving this a question. So this assesses only recall. With AI supporting learning, we can move to the questions such as, compare Bloom's taxonomy with cognitive processes that are described in per se in modern innovative tools, per se in Indian knowledge system, right? So you have to compare the Bloom's taxonomy with the Indian knowledge system. How Indian knowledge system is the parameter that is set under Bloom's taxonomy, and you can design a learning activity that promotes ethical design making at the evaluation level of Bloom's taxonomy, right? Or you can say that if we're talking about the Bloom's taxonomy at the cognitive parameter, there are 6 dimensions. You can say that the last dimension is how critically they analyze an AI-generated lesson plan when cognitive and emotional dimensions are missing. So these type of questions you can ask. So here students are not only consuming knowledge, but they are interrogating it, they are interrogating it, they are thinking in a different way to promote their critical learning skills. So AI becomes a thinking companion, not an you can say that answer machine. And example 2, if I'm talking about the Socratic and the metacognitive promotion, so AI can also function as a Socratic guide, asking learners, why do you believe this approach is effective? What assumptions are shaping your conclusion? What assumptions are shaping you to think in a metacognitive way? How would this strategy change in a rural, inclusive, or multilingual classroom? So such prompts encourage basically reflection, reflective thinking among learners, metacognition, knowledge of the learning things, basically knowledge of behind knowledge, and the conceptual reasoning. So thus, AI does not replace thinking. It amplifies depth, perspective, and self-awareness. And here I must say, there are so many techno-pedagogical models that helps to prepare your pedagogy by using digital aspect. That is, feedback model is there, summer model is there, ADDIE model is there, Assure model is there, PICRAT, RAT. There are so many models that will help you to make your pedagogy in an innovative way, right? So innovative pedagogy in the age of AI, where education 4.0 demands a shift from teaching content to designing learning experiences, from one size fit all to personalized learning design. right? So AI enables flipped classroom learning, where students engage with content at their own pace, right? So adaptive learning pathways based on learning progress, inquiry-based and project-based learning, micro-credentials that are aligned with, you can say that the real-world skills and real-world examples. So concrete example, if I'm talking about the teacher education, traditionally all student teachers prepare the same lesson plan. But now with AI, one learner design a visual rich lesson. Second learner prepares a comic style, a story based lesson. Third learner make a gamification lesson. Another design can be like experimentally activity based lesson and all that, right? So these all the things promote reflective lesson and reflective ways, and each approach is valid and different because learning is diverse and different according to their own approach. Because we are trained them towards self-directed learning, right? So and now shift if we're talking about the reimagining assessment. Uh, uh, for example, what do you remember? What do you think in this way? But AI enables assessment makes how did you solve this problem? What strategy do you apply and why? What would you modify if things if you are given another opportunity and all that? So this aligns assessment with reflection, growth, as well as towards self-directed learning and competency-based development, right? And the last point is neurodiversity. From accommodation, you can say that towards making how to embrace neurodiversity, basically. So neurodiversity reminds us there is no single correct way to think, to learn, or to process information, right? And if I'm talking about the AI, how we can say that AI supports neurodiverse learners. So in AI, we can say that convert text to audio, that can easily be done by using various apps. Convert text to audio for learners with dyslexia, for learners with dysgraphia, dyscalculia, and all that. Use visual organizers and mind maps for learners with ADHD, attention deficit hyperactive disorder learners. I'm just giving an example, but we can use another ways also. Offer self-paced and low stimulation environment for autistic learners. Reduce performance anxiety through adaptive low-stake assessments, and basically you can't compare the learners from one to another way, right? Because they have to learn by their own pace, right? So if I'm talking about the philosophical shift, earlier education asked, how do we fix the learner? But education 4.2 asks, how do we redesign learning environments, right? So this philosophy is deeply aligned with Indian knowledge systems where learning was personalized, uh, experiential, and ethical and reflective, basically. So when guided by these values, AI becomes a contemporary expression of ancient wisdom, not a threat to it, right? If I'm talking about ethical and human-centered AI, we must ask questions like, who designs these technologies? Those whose knowledge is prioritized. Are we nurturing wisdom or merely efficiency? So education 4.0 must stand on three fundamental principles: ethics, equity, and empathy, right? So AI should support learners in thinking independently, not in thinking uniformly. So the educator's role is different in education 4.0, that is not merely a transmitter of knowledge, but a learning architect, a mentor, a facilitator, a career of culture and ethical values, a critical mediator between technology and humanity. So AI can provide information, only educators can provide meaning, direction, and purpose. And my last concluding remarks are, the future of education is not artificial. It is deeply human, intelligently augmented by AI. So education 4.0 is not about the machines that replace teachers, but it is about the teachers that are empowered by the intelligent systems to teach, to reach to every mind, every learner, and every difference. So if we use AI wisely, critical thinking will be enhanced, pedagogy will transform in a better way, and neurodiversity will be celebrated. And education will finally become but it was always meant to be inclusive, reflective, ethical, and transformative. Thank you very much. I'm sorry if I have taken so much time.
No, excellent, excellent.
Thank you, Dr. Sonam. Thank you. Before proceeding with the next, the final keynote address for today, I would like to take another screenshot with all the keynote speakers or committee members, participants. Kindly switch on your videos. This is Patrick. Just give me a moment, please, to take the screenshot. Kindly switch on your videos, everyone. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I now express my hearty welcome to our honorable keynote speaker, Dr. Parvati Menon. Dr. Parvati is an accomplished academician, historian, and musician, and currently serving as Associate Professor in the Department of History at All Saints College, Trivandrum. Her academic interests span gender studies, human rights, constitutional history, history of pandemics, and musicality of history. She has multiple national and international publications and has presented papers at various platforms and has been invited as resource person for seminars, conferences, FDPs, and webinars across India. Dr. Menon has been recognized with the Outstanding Scholar and Educator Award in 2020 and the Distinguished Women Educator and Scholar Award in 2021 by NFED. She was awarded the Parasala Ponnammal Memorial Sangeeta Sreshta Award, constituted by the Kalanidhi Cultural Heritage Trust in 2023, and the Special Jury Award for Best Singer of Satyajit Ray Film Society in 2024. She is also presently the Vice President of Kerala History Congress and Public Relations Coordinator of the Association of Third World Studies, South Asia Chapter. I now invite our Honorable Speaker, Dr. Parvati Menon, to deliver the keynote address.
Good morning, a warm welcome, a warm good morning to all of you, in fact. And thank you so much, Dr. Ramya, for the wonderful welcome that you've showered on me. And it's a real honor for me to be one of the keynote speakers of this prestigious conference organized by the National Foundation for Entrepreneurship Development. I extend my warm morning wishes to all the participants, including the Honorable Professor Dr. Ganeshan, the Chairman of the National Foundation for Entrepreneurship Development. Today I'm going to speak on a very different topic, which is harmonizing the humanities. I will be presenting my screen. I hope you can.
Yes, ma'am, you can share your screen.
Yeah, I'm trying to share. Yes, I hope my screen is visible to all.
It is visible. Yes, ma'am.
Is my audio clear?
Yes, ma'am, it is clear. Clear, ma'am.
So this is my topic, harmonizing the humanities, reimagining higher education through musicality. So harmonizing the humanities refers to an integrated approach that brings different disciplines within the humanities into meaningful dialogues with one another. So just like different musical notes create harmony without losing their individuality, different humanities disciplines and perspectives contribute to a rich understanding of the human condition when they are brought into meaningful relationship with one another. Musicality, what is the meaning of musicality? It refers to an individual's understanding and expressive capacity in music. It goes beyond the technical skill and includes the ability to perceive, internalize, and communicate musical elements meaningfully. In academic and cultural studies, musicality is understood as a social and embodied practice, which is shaped by history, tradition, pedagogy, and lived experience. Music has always been a very important cultural and social factor throughout human history. If we combine education with music, the teaching goes directly into the heart of the student and it can produce good results. Music has a power of moving the body, spirit, and soul of the person impacting his life. It is a universal language. We all know that. Music is a universal language which can be used as a tool for promoting a global change. If we include music as a method of integral teaching within the educational system at a global level, we can make music as an instrument to teach ethical, moral, and spiritual values in the students. This musical educational method will result in peace and happiness of the human being. Likewise, we can hope to give our students a more peaceful world when we give them the tools for creating and sustaining such a place. So actually, there's no musical expertise needed or any specific technical knowledge required in the classroom while teaching. Even teachers or students without any musical interest can make effective use of music. All that is needed are the same reflective and critical skills that we employ when we read a book. We often use documents to introduce our students to the values, practices, ideals, and conflicts that inform a historical culture and the social relations. Songs and their lyrics help students to make the sense of the time, the place, the events, and culture. Songs have always been used for protest and social justice. I'll give you an example. In the United States of America, during the civil rights movement, Martin Luther King Jr., who was a leader of the movement, sang the famous song which he had composed. We shall overcome, we shall overcome, we shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall overcome someday. So this song had a universal value. It was sung by most of the countries and translated into many languages, including in India. It was sung and it's still being sung as Honge Kamayab, Honge Kamayab, Hum Honge Kamayab Ek Din. Oh, man mein hai Vishwas, pura hai Vishwas, Hum Honge Kamayab Ek Din. In India, it is a women empowerment song. So this is the importance of songs and their lyrics. So music has the ability to inform, move, and enlighten. And if it's used properly, it can fit into any well-rounded lesson plan. So the musical styles of specific periods go hand in hand with the literature, art, politics, architecture, and the overall culture of a time. And this makes music particularly helpful as part of a lesson. Music is also a primary cultural source that can provide teachers with a new way to engage students with issues, to get them to practice skills of analysis, and to promote cross-cultural understanding. Musical selections should be treated like any other document. They should be regarded as creations of a specific time and place that we can use to illustrate points about class, gender, cultural values, politics, and economic life. So what makes music a wonderful source for students to investigate is its accessibility. We know that nowadays YouTube, Spotify, so many music media is available. Music platforms are available, especially if the teacher provides the correct context and some questions to guide their inquiry, it becomes a wonderful source. Music grabs the attention of the students. It is very expressive and it arouses emotional state of awareness. Music has been used by most cultures to accompany diverse activities like worship, storytelling, mourning, healing, and social criticism. As it engages students' minds and emotions, music is a powerful instructional tool which helps students remember important information and theories. So, when teachers play music, it is a way for them to spark students' interest and introduce a culture or an era in a new and memorable way. Through musical curriculum, students learn to listen and gain abilities such as perceiving and understanding what they hear. They learn to express themselves well, and they can turn negative emotions and behaviors such as insecurity, shyness, aggressiveness, and fear into positive emotions. Through regular musical activities, they learn to use time effectively, structure their lives. They gain a habit of being disciplined. They find good role models by establishing communication with their peers, learn to be at ease in a group, and they can try to learn without fear of making mistakes and learn active communications. Famous personalities like APJ Abdul Kalam, Albert Einstein, Stephen Hawking, all of them had a very important role to play. Music was a part of their life. APJ Abdul Kalam used to play the veena. Stephen Hawking who was paralyzed throughout his life, he used to listen to music throughout while working. And then, of course, Albert Einstein used to play the violin. The students also understand the rules of cooperation. They learn to take responsibility. They perceive, understand the importance of love, respect, mutual support, tolerance. And being in harmony with the society, they get acquainted with their national culture and traditions and internalize them. Music can refresh material for students before introducing a new unit, because when music is played, the ideas stick and they also provide interesting breaks. Just like how when I sang, it was a break in between my talk. So musical excerpts should not be long. It should be just very brief, because the musical piece can be repeated if necessary. And later on, discussions can take place. The students will also be more attentive if the musical piece is short. So using music in the classroom increases the students' understanding of the subject. It makes teaching more enjoyable. What is needed is a time to review the songs, to play them in class, to discuss the music and relate it to the themes of the course. So overall, music education touches all the domains, the learning domains, including the psychomotor domain, the cognitive domain, and also the affective domain, including appreciation of music and its sensitivity. So it is a very powerful contribution to the development of students, having benefits which range from those that are largely academic to the growth of social skills and contribution to overall development. So it is a unique form of communication, and music engages and re-engages students, increasing their self-esteem. So research has also shown that music education can have a significant effect on the reading ability of students who have difficulties. Studies have shown that music instruction improves students' ability to remember words, improve their vocabulary, and increase language development. And there is also a connection between music and increased scores in IQ. There's a link between music and creative skills, especially musical improvisation and lessons which require students to be imaginative. Also, positive impact of music have a personal and social development, including increased confidence, sense of achievement, etc. Research has shown all this. The Johns Hopkins School of Education is providing a detailed overview of suggested methods for integrating music in the classroom with plenty of suggestions. One can explore the events in which songs were written, examining song lyrics to teach elements of poetry, and also use music as a tool for remembering even mathematical formulas. So I would like to conclude with a statement that if music is introduced into the curriculum, it would crucially affect the mental landscape of the stakeholders of higher education by liberating them from the clutches of communal, casteist, and gender affiliations and thought processes to a very important level. A classroom is actually a social laboratory, a small representation of the society itself, comprising diverse elements of thoughts and ideas, and therefore it offers immense possibility in understanding the impact of an artistic and aesthetic intervention in the academic field. So as a teacher and singer myself, I have experienced the transformative potential of music in many circumstances inside the academia that moves into the boundaries of disciplines so effectively and causes even unification of knowledge value systems. Music creates a fresh ground of ideological fertility and mental qualities that are different from any other discipline, and it can bring in effective and creative interventions in curriculum designing in the field of higher education. So being a teacher of humanities in the higher education scenario, and also being a practitioner of music, I believe that through incorporating the study of music in the higher education curriculum, many of the orthodox beliefs attached to the intellectual world can be eliminated, and a critical social scientific perspective can be developed for the emancipation of knowledge systems that are ingrained in very narrow, petty affiliations. So music in the classroom definitely acts like a catalyst that would bring in an ambience of free and fair thinking when transmitted through advanced teaching methods and practices. Thank you, everyone. So that I come to the end of my keynote address.
Thank you, Dr.
Give us the
Parvati.
opportunity.
Thank you so much. You can, okay.
So I heartily thank all the national and international keynote speakers for today for their venerated presence in this international conference. So we'll be starting the paper presentations at 11:10. I request the session chairs for the track 1 SET and track 3 Arts and Humanities, and all the participants of both the tracks to be ready by 11:10 a.m. So we'll be taking a break now, a short tea break, and everyone can join us at 11:10 a.m. So all the presenters, kindly check your network connection, your devices, everything, to avoid any technical glitches during the presentation. Breakout rooms will be open after the introduction of the session chairs at 11:10. Okay, so we'll take a short break now. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye,
you
Professor Patrick. Bye.
thank you so much. Bye-bye,
Thank you so
bye-bye.
much, everyone. Bye-bye. Have a good day, everyone.
You too,
Thank you,
too,
Dr.
bye-bye.
Sasmi. Thank you. Bye-bye.
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 Thank you, sir.
Take care, bye-bye, bye-bye. Yeah.
Bye-bye.